And it's another episode of Afroshowbiz News, the show that keeps you in the know about all things art and entertainment from around Africa. Now, to keep in touch, feel free to email us at afroshowbiznews@sabc.co.za. Also follow us on Twitter. Our handle is @AfroShowbizNews. Let's have a look at stories making headlines this week. America bars black Barbie dolls from mainline stores. South Africa mourns the death of 3 local celebrities. And Nigeria records its highest earning phone. The past weekend was a hard one for South Africans as prominent entertainment personalities passed on. The entertainment industry sadly lost 3 of its biggest stars, including Simba Mere, Prosper, and Bujo Mujo. Top billing presenter Simba Mere passed away in a car accident along with his friend Katie Shay O'Brien. Mhera, who was originally from Zimbabwe, joined the top billing team in 2010 after winning the Presenter Search. This is one of SABC's glamorous television lifestyle shows, which flies on SABC3. Mere was expected to be one of the judges of this year's Presenter Search. He has worked as a voiceover artist and a master of ceremonies over the years. His colleagues, who were on SABC2's Morning Live earlier in the week, spoke about what type of person Simba was.
It doesn't make any kind of sense because I think out of the lot of us, and we're quite a lively bunch, I think Simba was the liveliest, the one that really took life by the horns the most. He was the largest than life character amongst us.
Tributes poured in on social networks where people expressed their sadness for the sudden loss. A memorial service was held for him earlier in the week. He was buried today.
I have loved every moment with my son from when he was a little boy. Simba loved life. He brought cheerfulness in our home. We will miss every bit of his life every day.
Still on sad news, South African DJ Bujo Mujo also lost his life after a short illness. The disc jockey died in the presence of family and friends. Bujo Mujo's music was widely listened to in the townships and rural areas. The muso was best known for his hit tracks Summer Rain and Thando Lwami. Despite his easygoing character, Bujo Mujo was a shrewd businessman who respected his work. Condolences go out to his family and friends as South Africa has indeed lost one of its most talented gems. Another blow was the death of music promoter Prosper Mgwaiwa. The Zimbabwean-born music mogul died on his way to a local hospital. Last August, he was in a coma following a near-fatal car accident. May their souls rest in eternal peace. The annual event titled the Johannesburg International Mozart Festival is currently taking place at the Linda Auditorium in Johannesburg, South Africa. It ends tomorrow and it has been around for the past 8 years.
The festival offers classical music lovers a series of concerts and cultural events all under the year's motto Masquerade. It was organized for the first time in 2006 in commemoration of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's 250th birthday anniversary. It developed into a highly successful and well-loved annual classical music event. The popular conductor, Richard Koch, is at the helm as music director. The concert pianist, Florian Ulrich, is the artistic director. The festival takes place on an annual basis on and around 27th of January, which is Mozart's anniversary, at the time when the regular series of the South African classical music scene come to a halt for their summer break, and audiences will particularly enjoy the more informal character of festival music making. The Johannesburg International Mozart Festival provides a unique combination of classical performances on the highest international level with a keenly intelligent and creative approach to programming, an enterprising portfolio of all-round education and outreach projects for children, students and audiences of all corners of society.
if you thought all Hollywood actors make more money than their counterparts in Africa, think again. Nigerian actress Omotola Jalade Nkede has been put on the Yahoo list of the top 10 most paid movie stars in the world. She's also a singer and a philanthropist. Omolota has created a household name for herself in Nollywood film industries and around the world.
Who are you?
Omotola happens to be the only Nigerian and African on the list, as well as being one of the 2 women on the list, including Mickey McGowan. In 2013, she was honored in Lagos for being enlisted in Time magazine as one of the most influential people in the world. Nkede has starred in Nollywood movies like Mortal Inheritance, where she made her breakthrough in 1995 as she portrayed an ill woman combating sickle cell disease. Mortal Inheritance earned her several awards, including Best Actress in an English-speaking movie and Best Actress overall at the 1996 and 1997 Thema Awards. In 2012, she launched her NGO, the Omotola Nkede Initiative for Youth Empowerment, which sees over hundreds of youth coming together for the empowerment walk and convention. As part of her 20-year celebrations in the film industry, she also launched a new campaign tagged #IGetValue.
I thought I would come surprise my sick fiance, but I can see
The campaign seeks to educate young people on the need to build good self-esteem and value themselves deeply in all circumstances. The campaign was launched during her visit to one of the biggest schools in Abuja, the Stella Marie College, where she also awarded scholarships to 2 students. In her address, Omotola urged the students never to doubt their abilities to excel and also urged them to believe in Nigeria and uphold their values no matter what.
do I look mad to you?
Time now for a quick ad break, but stay tuned.
Zoom into Africa. This is the Gambia. The president is Mr. Yahya Jammeh. The Gambia got independent from United Kingdom on 18 February in 1965. The population is more than 1 million people. One of the major languages spoken is Mandinka. Monetary unit is the Dalasi.
Witbank-born musician Musa has now been in the music industry for the past few years. He has managed to build himself a solid fan base through the release of his debut album titled The Dream. He has an authentic sound that music lovers can relate to. Now, just next week, his fans can gather at the John Gani Theatre at the Market Theatre on the 13th of this month for a show titled A Dream Night with Musa. So let's welcome him as he tells us a bit more about his upcoming performance. Hello, Musa, and welcome to Afroshowbiz News.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming. Now, from Witbank to a household name, tell us about, your musical journey.
My musical journey is something that has always been there. Like, I started this thing at a very early age. Music is the only thing I could ever think of, the only thing I ever wanted to do. So I had like a full life of just music until where I am today.
Now, Musa, A Dream Night with Musa is taking place at the Market Theatre next week. So what's that performance all about? What will be happening exactly?
That night is just about, it's basically a night of me having time to actually share me being off TV with people. It's more of an intimate session. It's going to be a love night. I'm going to be working with a friend of mine, Ubongi. So she's last year's contestant. So we're going to be doing the show at the John Gani Theatre, having my band. We're going to go unplugged on some of the songs. So we're going to be doing things very differently.
Now, apart from performing at the Market Theatre, where are you planning to take is this a series of performances or is it just going to be at the Market Theatre on the 13th?
We're starting it off at the Market Theatre. Of course, dependent on our response and everything else that goes on, we're hoping to take it all over South Africa to do a full tour of just me and her promoting my album, promoting her single while we share what we know with the world.
All right, now about your album, you released that last year. You know, how have people received it? Are you happy with the response?
I'm very happy with the response. My album's actually been growing up very well because I won Best Award, Best Satma Award for Afropop, Best Afropop album. I've recently been nominated for the Metro, so it's picking up quite well, and the reception from the people is wonderful because you find people singing the songs on the streets, and I didn't even think they know it.
And right, you know, ever since winning, what have maybe some have been, you know, the highlights of your career? What have been the highlights of your career?
I've been traveling quite a lot, you know, and as a part of the highlights of my career, I got a chance to perform in Namibia, which was very exciting because I never thought I had a fan base that actually goes that far.
Yeah.
So when I got to Namibia, I was actually overwhelmed by everything else that went on around. I think that would be like the highlights of my life at this point.
All right, now Musa, you've worked with quite a few people on your album. Dr. Malinga was not Dr. Malinga. Robbie Malinga was one of them. Who are you intending to work with? Who would you like to work with, you know, in the future?
In the future, I'd like to work with WHP. I'd like to feature him on my album. I'd like to do a couple of songs with Tezi from Musart. I'd like to work with the Muffins at some point. Probably do something with the Soil not so long from now.
All right, and now, you know, please just tell us, you know, for all those young musicians out there who dream of, you know, being on bigger stages, what can they do to ensure that, you know, their dreams, you know, come true?
For me, I guess it's just about believing and working hard, you know, and focusing on your goal point, to know exactly what you want, why you want to be here. And by the time you do decide to actually take a stand, make sure you're doing it at the right time and at the right place. That works for you more than it does for anyone else.
Of course. Now, what have you, you know, taken away from being in the public eye?
I guess I'm just taking up the part of continuing being myself and being humble as possible as I can. Because for me, being humble is not even something I think of. It's just a natural reflex. So living in the public eye, that's all I learned. It's just to love my people more. What you love, they love you back.
Right. You spoke about being in the public eye. You were obviously, you know, from Witbank, chilling at home, and the next thing, boom, you're the star. How has that been for you? Have you been able to, you know, get used to that?
It's quite a hectic one.
Yeah.
But I adjust, you know, like I think at this point now in my life, I've adjusted to everything else around me that happens. I take things very slowly. I try and do things one step at a time, just to get used, because this is a new thing to me.
Yeah.
It's still as new, even though it's 2 years later, it still feels new. So I just take my time and make it work for me.
Yeah. Speaking of new, you know, sometimes fame does get to people's heads. How do you manage to stay grounded and, you know, focus on the goal and not get too distracted about everything else going on around you?
I guess I just pray a lot.
Yeah.
Because I believe life is bigger than me. The thing I do, music itself, is bigger than me. So I spend a lot of time praying and just asking for guidance, making sure I don't lose my steps.
Yeah, of course, that's very important. Now, moving on forward this year, what can we expect to see from you? What are you going to be doing this year?
This year I'm actually doing quite a number of collabos. Like I've already done a collaboration with Heavy K. I'm going to be in studio with Shimza quite soon doing another one. Hopefully I'll be finishing off my album, because I'm going to be starting with my new album quite soon. So that's 2015 for me.
All right, boss, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. We will see you towards the end of our show when you perform for us, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
A Nigerian businessman who created black Barbie dolls has been told that he won't be able to sell the dolls on the shelves of mainline stores in America. He has to limit his business to specialist stores. Now, in 2007, Tawfik Okoya could not find a black Barbie doll gift for his niece. His frustration led to the creation of these Barbies, and now they outsell the white ones in Nigeria. The dolls that Tawfik Okoya calls Queens of Africa are modeled on 3 of the country's biggest tribes. He says his mission is to make the dolls a symbol of hope, trust, and confidence by promoting African history, culture, and fashion. One person that Okoya really hopes that the dolls will have a positive impact on is his daughter, who he says once wished she was white. Not even Americans will restrict this business venture. He says he wants to prove them wrong and can just hope that they overturn their decision. But online purchases help a great deal. Customers are coming from far as America, Brazil, and Europe. The previously banned South African film titled Joe Bullet has received an international acclaim at the Berlin International Film Festival in Germany. The event is currently running till the 15th of February.
In 1973, the South African film Joe Bullet was banned by the South African government after its second screening at the Yesu Cinema in Soweto. Though the ban was later lifted, producers never pursued another release until 2013.
Are you sure your scheme will work?
I've done it before.
What are you talking about? You must be crazy. They are our best.
I want those guys back with the Falcons by next week. If not, get rid of them.
The film premiered at the 2014 Durban International Film Festival and was featured at the Film Preservation Festival in New York on the 8th and the 13th of November last year. In December last year, it was screened at the Carthage International Film Festival in Tunisia, before being showcased at the 65th Berlin International Film Festival this month.
They wanted to join the Falcons so they can win the cup final.
And you want me to keep them off your base?
Please, Joe, and you can help with training.
Joe Bullet tells the story of a soccer team which is taunted by a gangster a week before their final championship. The team turns to Joe Bullet to save them, and they're shot at winning. The film stars the late Ken Kampu, Joe Lopez, Koki Tupul, and Abigail Kubega.
If you have missed any of our previous shows, be sure to catch them on our YouTube channel by simply searching for Afroshowbiz News. Let's go for another quick ad break. Stay with us for more entertainment news.
Eskom could miss a deadline for a crucial step towards turning on the Medupi power station. But the power utility says it will probably meet the December the 24th deadline.
We're looking good. We've come through 3 days, obviously, of load shedding, which has unfortunately been necessary, but it's been useful to have built up our reserves for the coming week.
Shares of private hospital group Netcare jumped up today and closed on a high after the company reported increased annual profits.
The hospital group is also taking steps to aggressively reduce its dependence on Eskom due to increasing power outages and rising costs.
We'll be reducing our energy needs by some 35% over the next 10 years, and our cumulative savings of our forecast electricity bill will be in the region of R1 billion. So we're doing something very constructive about the challenges we're facing at the moment.
That's business news, weekdays at 6 p.m. on SABC News.
And welcome back. A movie titled 30 Days in Atlanta has been declared the highest earning movie of all time in the history of Nigeria's movie industry. The movie was recently premiered in Accra and has received positive response from audiences. Late December, after the movie was premiered in Lagos, it earned $400,000. This week, the profit was estimated to around $800,000.
Nami, congratulations. You just won us on a trip to the United States.
The red carpet event took place at the Silverbird Cinemas at the Accra Mall. It featured AY, Ramsey Noah, Majid Michel, Ada Ame, Desmond Elliott, Mercy Johnson and Juliet Ibrahim. The producer Ayom Makun, who's famously known as AY, who also plays the lead role alongside Ramsey Noah, says the movie's success amazed him. He says he didn't expect this and just wanted to do something different. The movie has received awards for the Best Cinematography and Comedy of the Year in 2014.
I'll slap you.
Slap me now.
The film, directed by Robert Peters, tells a story about a young man, Akpos, who won a 30-day holiday for tour to Atlanta in Georgia. He takes his cousin Richard, an IT specialist, on the all-expense-paid trip. When in Atlanta, Akpos met three very strange people: Uncle Wilfred, a friend, and a self-acclaimed old-firm employee, and lots of fellow Nigerians. He then begins to enjoy his stay in Atlanta. His Nigerian inflections and instincts almost turned him into a Hollywood celebrity. The comedy, which premiered in Accra earlier this week, will remain in cinemas across Ghana.
South Africans have taken to social media to showcase their dance moves for the popular rap song Sliza Tsotsi. The hit song has had fans taking to Instagram to post their own dance videos. This follows after rapper Casper Nyovest posted on Instagram a clip of himself dancing to the song. The track by Pretoria duo Major League, made up of Banele and Bandilembere, has South Africans showing off their dance moves. Sliza Tsotsi was following on their first single, The Business, which also featured Ricky Rick and Casper Nyovest. Banele classified the song as the new age kwaito, a genre that tries to revive old school kwaito music with a modern twist. The song caught fire when Casper Nyovest posted a video of himself dancing to it next to his car. The creator said it was not their plan to have people dancing and making videos of themselves, but now the trend of people dancing next to their cars with doors open and then running into their cars once the song is done has taken social media space by storm.
Show you what good it is. Looking at your figure, I figured how you look under mess. Diamonds on your neck, looking Jewish. Sort of champagne and a thing, little man.
And I'm joined now in studio by Major League DJs Banele and Bandilembere, the creators of the hit song Sliza Tsotsi. Hi guys, welcome to Afroshowbiz News.
What's up? How are you doing?
We are great. Thank you so much for coming. So, guys, just tell us, what was the inspiration behind the song? The song has gone viral. So what was the inspiration behind that?
The whole inspiration was to create something very different, something very catchy. But we thought of something kwaito, but not really kwaito. So we thought of old songs, and we came up with the Mujava sound. We said, no one has gone there, you know? Like the skanda, chaos skanda is more of the kwaito. So we tried to choose something totally different. So we came up with the Mujava sound that no one has grabbed onto for a very long time. So we just try to put some hip-hop kicks and all of that into it, and change it into make it a little more urban and youthful for now. So,
exactly, you guys took us way, way back, but why this specific, genre of music, Banel?
I wouldn't say specific. It's more us. I think it's more us, like the sound, the type of sound we going with, like we call our, not sound, but our movement, New Age Kwaito. So we looked for, like my brother was saying, we looked for a sound that hasn't been tapped into, and that we used to love, because we went to school in Pretoria, so we used to Shosanguve and those areas used to release a lot of that type of music, and used to do wonders. And Mujava, I've also spoken to Mujava personally, and he's like, and he believed in it, and he's like, it's a go. Let's see what happens. Let's go and try it out. It was an experiment at the end of the day.
It turned out great.
Yeah, we didn't want to always do what the normal DJs do, release a hip-hop song, and everyone's compared. Yeah, we're trying to find our own lane, basically. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
All right, now you guys collaborated with, some of the biggest names, in the local industry, Casper Nyovest, Ricky Rick. How did that come about? How did you get them on your track?
No, we're very close. Before they were big, we've always been working very closely, so it's not very hard to get them in the studio with us. Our first single, The Business, also that sound, New Age Kwaito, was more Kwaito, did very well, but the song did better, but with them on the song as well, also made us grow, So we're building together. I think we build a lot together, work behind the scenes with Casper a lot, and Ricky Rick.
So yeah,
do a lot of their business,
their
tours
business
and all that stuff.
affairs, their tours and all of that. So yeah.
And now, guys, you know, the song has also taken social media by storm. Everybody's been posting these crazy videos of them dancing. You know, who initiated that?
No, that was Casper's initiation. Also Malum, also this guy called Malum Cool Cat. He's also a very good dancer. Like Casper and Malum used to be dancers before they were actually rappers. So they initiate this whole dancing thing. Let's go back, take it to the roots.
How do you feel, you know, with the public getting so involved with, you know, with your song?
I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it. I think it's a great thing, getting people involved and actually getting people to dance. People actually forgot that our people, black people, love to dance. Our people love to dance.
Of course.
So dance music is actually quite big in the country because people love to dance. So dancing was something that they made out of it. Casper did push it, but they made it even bigger. Like, wow, they took it to the next level. In fact,
are you guys maybe going to release like an official, official video, or is it just the ones that are
official video, like music 2 weeks time, 2.5 weeks time, gonna release the video. Still gonna shoot it next week. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
But we're trying to add clips from Instagram and all that type of stuff.
Some of the videos, it'll be great. Hey, but it's
a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure on the video because now it has to meet up to the expectations.
All right, guys, I'm afraid we're going to have to wrap up. We look forward to actually seeing the video, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. We appreciate coming here.
You're most welcome. Now, we have now come to the end of our show, but be sure to catch the repeats every Sunday at 2 a.m. and again at 1:30 p.m. We will be playing out with Musa with the song titled Angisagwazi. Now, from me and the rest of the Afroshowbiz news teammates, thank you and goodbye.
Angisawazi noqabanga, angisawazi nokulala, nguwe engqondweni yami, ngiyavuma uyisithandwa sami. Awusengibathe ngiyazeba nabo ubuso bakho, ngithi ngiyazeba nabo ubuhle bakho. Abangani bami nabomndeni wami bayazibuza kuyini ngijabule njena, bengingazi kuthi uthando lunjena. Angisakwazi ukuphila ngaphandle kwakho, bengingazi kuthi uthando lunjena. Awuyebo ngiyavuma uyisithandwa sami, yelemne mina ngiyahluleka nokulala, nguwe engqondweni yami, ngiyavuma uyisithandwa sami. Mina ngiyahluleka ubuthonga bukho, nguwe hayi nguwe, hawu mina ngiyavuma. Nsuku nemini zandlula, ngisathanda wena qha.